Peace and blessings, love and light. I greet you today. I hope that your day has been pleasant, and I already know that it's blessed because you're viewing this. So I just want to say hello and greet you guys and talk a little bit about the Soulspiration for today. We are taking a break from the Healing for the Soul series, technically, because I'm just going to speak on another topic, but it's still going to be in regards to something useful for healing for your soul. Because I had specific topics that I was talking about in the series, but this particular topic is still one that will help heal your soul and one that needs to be touched on. So here we go. It's always good to inhale and exhale. Do that. It helps. This Soulspiration focus is on the past, the present, and the future. As an eternal being, we are eternal beings. I say that because our souls exist forever, throughout eternity. When we were created in the mind of our Creator, we existed. We just manifested into physical form in the year we came into the earth realm, which is what we will call our birthday. But we lived and existed way, way before that entry into the earth realm. So, let's say, as we have always existed, once we travel through our birth journey, upon the entrance we come in, we begin to live life and experience life, make life choices and decisions, and the world is impressed upon us. And then, what essentially was our present becomes our past, and then the future still yet lies ahead. So we grow and we grow. We're talking about birth years, toddler years, adolescent years, teenage years, until adulthood. There are several life experiences that we go through that truly affect our journey, our being. Yet our soul has always existed, so it has much knowledge and wisdom even beyond the understanding of our physical and natural being. And so it's almost like playing catch up forever. But to catch your physical being up to the natural state of your soul being. And it can be done, but sometimes it has to be done consciously. And it takes some life-pressing experiences to get us to a conscious state and a conscious level to even open up to the idea of what I'm speaking about right now. So, you have the past, you have the present, and you have the future. Now let's fast forward to today. Right now, this is your present. And yesterday, last week, last month, last year, last years, last decade was your past. So, in the present day, let's say you've run into an energy from your past, from yesterday, last week, last month, last year, last years, last decade. Let's say you run into that energy, meaning you are face to face and confronted with that energy again, it has returned with a moment of reflection so that you can get a true understanding of the meaning of your past. So, your past appears in the form of another being, a spiritual being, but not necessarily a conscious being where you are, which is spiritual. And then you converse and you talk, you share moments, you share vibrations, you share energy, and it's exciting and full of nostalgia. And it's great because in that moment you've reflected on your past and experienced the feeling that you felt in your past. It was a great feeling, an exciting feeling. Now, for some people, it might not be that. It might be a torturing feeling or a tormenting feeling. You know, whatever it is, whatever your experience is, that's what it will be. But in that moment, and of course, I know I'm reflecting on my own experience right now, just to get you to understand some idea. In that moment, you realize the past is exactly where it's supposed to be, in your past. Even though you share that familiar resonance, even though the nostalgia takes you to a great place of aromatic scents that's beyond your control, elements that you just can gaze into for however long. But in that moment, as you reflect within your past and experience your past once again, you also desire to leap into the future. So you begin to daydream, even while dwelling in the present, reflecting on the past. You're now daydreaming on the future. And you look and you gaze and you see clearly that the past is not in your future. Totally not in your future. So you begin to release this moment, this present moment. You begin to release your past. And as you release your past and you say goodbye and you thank your past for the lesson learned, you can now begin to thrive in the present moment and move into your future. That within itself, is a reflection that only your soul can attest to. If you have understood anything that has come out of my mouth in the last 9 minutes, then your soul is truly ready to be at its greatest heights of awakening, to live your life from day to day consciously, being aware of the past, the present, and the future, all simultaneously, because it happens every day. The only thing about it is whether or not you're aware that it's happening and how it applies to you and your soul journey, and how it also affects the journey of others that you are intertwined with. Because even though you may have that experience with another, they might not even be in the state of being or state of mind that you are in to even understand what's actually happening. This, my friends, has been a trippy Soulspiration, because you honestly have to be in position to be in the present moment, to take a trip to the past and the present, let it go, and then move into the future. That takes consistency, spirituality, ability, and a state of awakened consciousness that the average person may not even allow themselves to obtain. So, this has been another Soulspiration, and even though it's separate and aside from the Healing for the Soul series, as far as the topic is concerned, it still is insight on traveling and journeying and healing your soul within the present while reflecting on the past, experiencing the past in the present, and then moving into the future. I hope that I've spoken something that has triggered, activated, awakened your soul to the extent that you now are ready to have this experience for yourself. It's all a part of healing for your soul. When you can begin to gravitate and levitate into this place and into this plane, into this dimension, and operate in it the way it was intended for you to operate in it, with all the powers that be within you, your soul will take on a journey that only you will be able to express. This has been Queen Kenya with your Soulspirations for today. Peace, love, and light. Safe, blessed travel journeys. One love.